Welcome to On with Origence. I'm your host, Frank Diekmann, Cooperator-in-Chief for CUtoday.info. During this podcast, we'll be talking with industry leaders to learn more about leveraging technology to meet goals and deliver meaningful results. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoy. My special guest today is Erika Hill. She is the Vice President of Marketing Strategy with Origence. Erika, before we jump into our questions, could you tell us a little bit more about your role with Origence and what it is you do and seek to help credit unions to do?
Absolutely. Hi, Frank. It's great to be speaking with you again. So as Vice President of Marketing Strategy for Origence, I oversee all aspects of marketing for the organization. That's everything from working with product, sales, and client experience to build marketing strategies, to build demand for the marketing funnel, and then to help fill the front end of the pipeline. On top of that, I work in conjunction with brand and public relations to help ensure that both from a brand and PR perspective, that we're out in the market, and the Origence brand is providing content both from a thought leadership standpoint and both from a educational standpoint and product marketing standpoint to educate and provide insights to credit unions across the board.
Well, thank you. You are very well positioned then to answer my first question today as part of this podcast, which is named the Top Marketing Trends Driving Great Customer Member Experiences for Credit Unions. So when we say the customer experience, the member experience, how do you define that? And what to you are the characteristics of a great member experience?
Sure. So I think when we talk about customer experience, I think it varies from customer to customer, right? So many of us are wanting so many different things within certain timeframes and certain products. But I think what it really boils down to is that when we say customer experience, it really does involve every way a customer interacts with a company at all stages of the customer journey. This could include anything from marketing materials that we're putting out in the market that they see before they become a customer, from the sales experience and the quality of the product or service itself, and then the customer service they receive post-purchase. That's also a part of that customer experience. And a lot of times as marketers, we need to remember that post-sale, now that they're a customer, we need to continue to engage them and provide them with quality marketing content and insights and understand their next best move so that we can help provide them with material that will help aid in potentially buying their next best product. So that's pretty much when we talk about a customer experience, how you would define it across the board.
Oh, thank you. It's interesting. Credit unions, regardless of asset size, often find themselves measured against, especially marketers, against the Amazon experience people have. And you often hear this referred to as the Amazon effect. What can credit unions learn from Amazon in terms of their marketing?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, Frank. And, I think a lot of us within marketing, outside marketing, we talk about that Amazon effect, and we use that often as a barometer to say, gosh, I had such a great experience with Amazon, and why was that? And the bottom line is, when I think about me, right? So great example, I'm in Amazon, I need to purchase things. They do such a great job of understanding my buying patterns and my buying journey. And they use that data to understand me, and they customize that buying experience for me. So the moment I log into Amazon, there are products in there that they say, hey, we saw that you bought this. You might like this based on your recent buying pattern and your buying purchases. And I think that really speaks to a great level of understanding the buyer, not just at a blanketed approach, but at a very targeted approach. And as marketers, one of the things that I encourage my team to focus on is really take that inbound data and understand it so that we really can provide more segmented and targeted messaging and positioning so that prospective buyers know that we're providing them with customizable content that's tailored to them. And then the other thing that I think is great about Amazon is that once you place this order, that time from you click the place the order button to the time it gets to the door is such a small window, Frank. And so we talk about speed and optimization. And so really, when you think about that beginning experience to that end experience, buyers want that customizable digital experience where they say, hey, Amazon gets me and I want it in a fast enough time. People want things more customizable and they want them quicker and they want them faster. And that's a great example of the Amazon effect.
All good points. In fact, we will probably both receive an email from Amazon before this podcast is over, offering us podcast-related products.
Yeah, I think you're right.
What challenges do you think credit unions have traditionally faced when it comes to creating this great member experience? What do you see?
Yeah, so, like so many organizations these days, most struggle to deliver a seamless digital experience across all touch points of the customer journey. And the question we ask ourselves is, well, why? Why are we struggling? And the answer is because each customer is different. And they expect that you should know them. They expect that we should know them. And we should know their needs and provide it at a faster rate. I just mentioned that about Amazon. So what it really comes down to is not only understanding your customer, the current customer, but marketers and credit unions and all organizations really need to understand the next generation of customers too, and how do they begin to prepare for that. So I think that that's something that, a conversation we have often in our team is, yes, we have current prospective clients and our current clients, but what is it going to look like a year from now, 2 years from now? And so really taking the time to understand evolving market trends and industry insights and potential shifts in buyer patterns and behaviors is key to building effective marketing strategies that will not only aid in success now, but will help begin to prepare you for planning for future marketing strategies to get ahead of the curve and potentially ahead of your competition.
Those are good points. It is a challenge to prepare for people, for instance, who don't think like you, who don't look like you, and as painful as it may be, are younger than you. What sorts of marketing trends is Origence seeing right now? What are you hearing from credit unions and what they are doing in response to some of the points you've just made and perhaps other trends?
Sure. So, some of the marketing trends that credit unions and other organizations alike, including our own, really need to make sure that you have a sound, strong marketing strategy, especially, going into 2023 and preparing for a possible recession. So when downturn is on the horizon, it's vital for marketing teams to focus on budgets and strategies for weathering the storm and identifying where you need to focus both your efforts and your funds to maximize both the input and the output to get quality leads and quality demand that ultimately builds to those leads. So that would be, one trend. Another trend I would say that's going to be huge, and I just talked about this in my previous answer, is analyzing and addressing buyer behavior. The buyer journey, Frank, is in no way linear in any way, shape, fashion, or form. Budgets are getting tighter from a buyer's perspective. And so we need to be prepared to understand how their budgets are tightening and how we can adapt and flow our marketing needs, messaging, and positioning to adapt to how they're going to be tightening their budgets. So the emphasis should be on providing valuable content that is relevant to that buyer, showing you understand their pain points or challenges. And in turn, marketing leaders, if they haven't already, really should be switching from lead generation focused to demand generation focused. So really focusing on building that demand, building that marketing funnel with both top, middle, and bottom funnel areas of engagement from prospective buyers so that you can help nurture and engage them. And when the buyer is ready, it's a quality opportunity to hand over to the sales team, which will aid in a potential higher opportunity for a closed deal. And then the other thing I would probably say is a big marketing trend right now is marketing teams are really focusing on building their demand generation playbook. You must know your market. The market is changing fast. It's changing and evolving furiously. And in order to stay in pace with it or ahead of it, we must understand our buyers, we must understand the market, and we must understand our competition, not only our current competition, but we must be doing the research to say, is there potential new competition coming up on the horizon, and are we prepared to message and position ourselves ahead of them? So we must diversify ourselves. So those would be what I would say the top trends on getting ready to prepare for marketing strategies and trends moving in and out of 2023.
This may touch a little bit on some of what you just said, but as we get into 2023, most credit unions should have their strategic planning finished, their marketing plan finished. What advice are you giving to credit unions when they reach out to Origence in terms of building or whatever it is they're seeking to accomplish in 2023?
From a marketing lens, beyond building the strategy and understanding competitor analysis and market insights, it really is, and is probably my most favorite, is you have to understand your data. Marketing organizations will need to lean into their data to make sound decisions. That's just 100%. We talked about Amazon earlier. That's what they use. That's at the core of how they build and market and position customizable experiences for each potential buyer. And so understanding that incoming data, Frank, will help marketing teams better assist in targeting customers and help predict potential buyer behaviors in the future. I think that's just key.
As credit unions then look into 2023, you've touched on data a number of times here. And as they look at their marketing efforts in this new year, is there a particular piece of data or a data stream you feel they really should be looking at, or perhaps Origence finds is often overlooked?
When we talk about data streams or a piece of data, I really encourage marketing teams to evaluate their MarTech stack. Do you have the right technology? That's going to help and aid in understanding and analyzing your data to give you the best analytics and insights, right? So not only for the present, but for the future, it really is important to have a strong MarTech stack. And a part of that is you really need to have a powerful marketing automation tool that can help you organize your data in a secure environment and connect to your internal systems. It's key. Having an automation platform that has advanced data segmentation can help an organization use all that data and easily segment across product lines in real time. And not only will it help a marketing team, but it'll help outside of marketing. Having that data for all departments within a credit union or any organization is key, from sales to product to marketing to client experience, even to finance. Understanding that data and buyer trends and prospective buyer engagement is key. And having something that has comprehensible reporting that's configurable for each department will help tailor that message internally so that that data speaks the language for those various teams and will help write a robust story so that not only marketing, but an entire organization can put together a sound strategy year over year.
All of that is some good advice, some good recommendations. I certainly enjoyed the insights. Is there a takeaway you'd like to share with everyone before we wrap up?
Really, Frank, I think it really comes down to the fact that when we talk about credit unions, the one thing that inspires me about credit unions and that sets credit unions apart is that they are truly known for creating a more personalized approach to customer service for their members. And I think that's what really inspires me. And that's a key takeaway. And I think if credit unions can still lean into creating those customizable and personalized experiences for their members, and and continue to be laser focused on their members, they will stay ahead of the curve. And just leaning into that data and understanding each individual member and what they're really needing in their life now and potentially down the road, I think will really speak volumes and communicate to that member, my credit union gets me.
Well, Erika, very, very good. I certainly enjoyed it. I'd like to say on behalf of myself and certainly everyone who listens to this, there are numerous takeaways. And I thank you for joining us with this On with Origence podcast today.
Thank you, Frank. I appreciate it.
Thank you all for taking this time with us today. Please be sure to view the show notes for important links and information discussed during this episode. And if you haven't had the chance to already, please subscribe to On with Origence through your favorite podcast listening platform to receive notifications and new episode alerts. Have a great rest of your day, and we look forward to having you tune in for our next episode.